Hello, Geminis, and welcome to your January 2025 reading. And Happy New Year! May everything in the new year that you need be on your path, that you need, that you want, that you don't know that you want, be on your path for you. So, all right, we're entering a new cycle. And what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. Here, the first card that came out is the Devil and the Nine of Wands in reverse. That is probably a leftover of the black moon we had right on the 30th, 31st of December, just before now. So you're coming in with that, because here the Devil, like Capricorn, is all about focus, mastering the material world. Okay, that's an aspect they have together. It's Saturn, time, investment, grounding. And here we had with it the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is either releasing or enhancing or whatever. But the Nine of Wands, this is when the past battles and pains and hurts are putting us, isolating us, and putting us on a defensive mode, not in attacking, but in protection, like this huge force field around us. But what happens is that we're not in action, actually going for what we want, our ambition, house of ambition, Saturn in Capricorn. And then it becomes our weakness. It becomes our weakness. Maybe this has become more relevant as you come into the month. Under it, I have the Page of Wands in reverse. See that non-action. What is blocking me from investing myself completely into my career, what I want, my ambition, what I want to grow here, what are the seeds that I actually want to grow? What is stopping me? So this is kind of present. And then during the month, we have the Page of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. Something arrives where Page of Cups, is it like finally I'm gonna bring what I love forward, whatever it is. It can be a gesture from somebody, it can be just us actually bringing forward what we love. But with the Wheel of Fortune, that little extra self-love, love, whatever it is, inspiration, there's something we understand, because the Sphinx here has a sword in his hand. There's something we understand that will finally move the Wheel of Fortune for us. And after that, I have the Seven of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Cups in reverse. These two sevens, the sevens are master numbers. And Seven of Swords, this is when the beliefs are out of control and they're disempowering us completely. So what robbing us of our capacity to confront our future, go forward. That's why, you're going to have like procrastination and things like that with that card. It's the Thief in the Night. What are we robbing ourselves of? Or even sometimes when we are so sure that we cannot face what is in front of us, we'll try and find detours, either remaining things in potential as a security, or postponing them, or making other things more important, whatever it is, how we are sabotaging ourselves. And then another seven here, and all justified with our mind. Another seven, Seven of Cups. And that is Venus in Scorpio, when Scorpio did not clean out the pains from an absent Venus, from lack of self-love or value, or the pains of having been diminished in our value, and so on. So when he hasn't cleaned that, it creates a fog. Now these two things, a fog of projections. So we're projecting, we're feeling disempowered, and we're protecting ourselves, therefore impossible to move forward. But this month, something happens. Maybe the full moon in Cancer will give you that extra intelligent water that's gonna make you see clearly through the fog of your projections and your disempowerments. There you go. Let's clarify this for you, Gemini. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Geminis for the month of January 2025. Gemini. All right, so show us the devil here. So you're probably going to see exactly how you've been limiting yourself. So with it, we have two fives. 5 of Cups. And there's the fear of being hurt, of having the pain. Sometimes when, and the 5 of Wands, of course, energy's going all over the place. So when these two are together, often it's like a primordial pain. Like, the first pain of not being worthy or being abandoned. Abandonment. Abandonment is something we're shoved in our heads since when we arrive. We've been abandoned from the Garden of Eden, abandoned from the divine, abandoned in this prison. So it's a concept, abandonment. And the moment you think you're abandonment, you're separated from the divine. And it's a pain that is like deep inside of us. So if that is the primordial pain, then every time we felt loss, we felt that our emotional investment didn't lead anywhere because XYZ, it is going to be anchoring to the core of us because it mixes or it matches a core pain. The loss of somebody close to us, a parent that leaves. The pain, everything that goes with it. And so just to make sure that we're not gonna live that pain again, sometimes we will develop this. Let's look at that page of Wands in reverse. So, there's a safety in leaving things in potential because if, good, let's say that, to be abandoned, that means I wasn't worthy, the bad seed. Therefore, what I have to bring shouldn't be so great either. But if I go and invest myself completely to bring what my heart wants to bring, and it ends up not being good enough or wanted or desired or whatever, that possible pain is enough to stop everything. So there's that old pain for you that needs to be, I turn the page of it. I use my willpower. I take my inner child, my inner feminine, the wisdom of what I've went through, and I move myself to calmer waters. What does that mean? Move myself to calmer waters. What it means is that waters is memory. It's going to copy the shape in its vibration, in its shape from vibrations and things like that. It's the waters of creations. We are constantly in, let's say, spiritual water. So going from the choppy, hard to live, filled with pain, emotion, all sorts of energy going all over the place. And there's this willpower of no more. I'm turning the page because I'm noticing that if not, I'm not going anywhere, or nothing is exciting. Let's look at that page of cups. All right. We are healing and we are receptive. And here's our Seven of Swords in reverse again. So instead of having this disempowerment that there's nothing for me, it's not worth it, or it's a potential, I'm going to keep it there because that's livable, I'm going to be, here I am, ready to receive, in a receptive mode. And that extra love is probably going to be able to start really healing the primordial pain here. Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Pentacle, the Fool. Behind it, I have a beautiful Six of Wands. So, just to be able to jump like the Fool, that means that we are not afraid to be hurt. Not that there's not going to be any challenges or, low branches on your path. It's just that when he's like this, his body language is open, his heart is open, he's listening to the dog. The dog is his intuition, but it's spirit that will tell you the red flags and to watch out for this. And it's not to be, he doesn't have a lobotomy here, but he's able to jump, not because he blindly trusts the universe, but he trusts himself also. So all of his energetic centers are open. He's got a white flower in his hand. He's went through purification. Red feather on his hat. His mind is passionate. Came back from the past lesson here. So that Seven of Swords in reverse. Spirit. Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. So we still have the Three of Cups and a bunch of cards, of course. But here it's separated with the Two of Swords in reverse. So maybe at the end of the month, yes, you're going to remain receptive, but at one point you're going to have to make a decision into what is my truth. Queen of Swords. You're going to see clearly at the end of the month. It's going to be the new moon in Aquarius. Yeah. So, even if you see clearly through your fog or illusions or projections of the possible pains in front of you, and even that guy, when you look at it, well, the fact that he's all black means that he's completely in the shadow. is in his unconscious, subconscious, and that is what the projection, that's what the only thing you can see. And even the success, even when he projects movies of success in his mind, there's a little skull here. Even success is poisonous. He has a hard time escaping from the limited vibration of what he's already experienced. That's why the choice will need to be done. Maybe you're going to do it at the end of the month, next month. Some of you right now, this is general for everybody, but we can be receptive, but we cannot limit ourselves to what we've already known. So that means, if in the past I had the abandonment thing, I have to know, like if I look at this, the two bottoms of the deck. If in the past I had this, created a huge pain, creates this conflict inside of me that, I cannot move from, it's because I'm not conscious that I do have a choice in the way that I bring my energy into this world that will give different results. And not just the projections of what I've already lived, but with different faces and different storyline, but pretty much always the same thing. So here, receptive, it's going to allow you this month maybe to do something, Geminis, that you wouldn't have dared before, but continue doing it. And at the same time, be conscious of, all right, I will not limit myself to what I can project as a result of this thing or a possible path of this thing. If I bring my fire in a different way, okay? Because here we're stuck in the swords and cups. The fire, if I bring my energy, my spirit, what I am implanting in a different way, I'm going to have completely different results than what I've had in the past. So, how do we call this? I'm going to call this Wheel of Fortune, because there's an understanding here that's going to move the Wheel of Fortune for you. A potential, a great potential. I'm going to call it that because we did have the Ace of Pentacle. You see it. And now it's going to be like, do I go for it or not? And I would say yes. All right. On this, before I forget, I finally finished my book on reading the tarot with the Three of Life. Right now, we have a strike on the postal services, and so it's not yet on my website. But next week it's gonna be on Amazon if you want to purchase it from there. But I'm hoping that next month it's gonna be on the website and you're gonna be able to get it from me. I'll be able to ship it. So thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and all of that. If you want a private reading, you go on the website. That is still doable. Also, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon and full moon, new moon, well, we just had one, but the next one at the end of the month in Aquarius, and full moon mid-month in Cancer, probably when you're going to have that extra insight water that's going to bring you that understanding. And that all that receptivity, Gemini. And you had your full moon in the past month that probably showed you him. So, on this, namaste. Have a beautiful month of January and a great celebration of the new year if you celebrate it at this time. So, on that, namaste, and I'll see you next month.